Hey y'all, who's done? How's my day? Rough. Rough. Rough as all fuck. Exhausting. Do we say that is all circled? Effects of enduring domestic violence. Losses due to domestic violence relationships. Crazy making behaviors. Rather, the ones that we're in here. Crazy makers never give you the straight truth. They run their words through a filter that ensures that they can say you misunderstood them when you call them on it. Crazy makers give you plenty of reasons to be upset, stressed out, and angry, but tell you that you imagine drama where there is none and have no excuse to feel angry, or they excuse you of having anger problems and needing anger management and therapy. Crazy makers collect advice and evidence and spy on you. They interpret your actions in a way that paints you in the worst possible light. You partly believe them because they've got the facts right. You question yourself because the abuser is so convinced of your immorality. Along those same lines, crazy makers will make decisions that completely change your life altogether without your knowledge and then pretend like they care about your feelings after the fact. Crazy makers, abusers, use your moments of vulnerability to make a major relationship change. After they've made the decision, they'll tell you that it was your idea in the first place, so you have no reason to be upset. Peace breakers. Crazy makers disrupt the peace with physical violence or intimidating behavior designed to scare you to the core. You never know for sure when he'll erupt, so anxiety becomes a big issue. Afterwards, his story does not match yours, but he insists his version is the truth, so convincingly you begin to think the events weren't as bad as you remember. Brainwashing. If you're a victim of a crazy maker, you often feel lost, disconnected, unsure you're standing in the relationship, unsure of yourself. You learn to doubt your perceptions because every time you say the sky is blue, the sky is green. Over time you become brainwashed enough to believe that you no longer see the dazzling blue sky. Gaslighting. An abuser excels in creating confusion and emotional havoc. He makes you feel like you are the crazy one. For example, he may say one thing and then swearing they said the opposite or didn't say it at all, and then claim you're crazy, unbalanced, forgetful, or out to get them. He may deny your right to personal space. This is your right to individual power, the thing he wants you to have very little or none of. He may violate your right to emotional, physical, or mental space by saying that you are doing X that violates his right to do Y, thus painting you out to be the bad guy every time. For example, your right to be alone in your office violates his right to come visit you. Your right to have friends and family over violates his right to privacy and quiet. Unpredictability. Crazy makers flip their mood on a whim. 1 second they're sweet and kind, and the next second they're in a boiling rage. They blame you for their anger and credit themselves for good behavior. Pretending. Crazy makers will grape you and pretend they didn't. Because of your intimate sexual relationship, you question your perception and think that maybe you misinterpreted the event. Confusing. Crazy makers twist your words, dart from the topic to topic during arguments, and use your confusion to wear you down during arguments. Crazy makers will withdraw emotionally or physically from you by refusing to talk or offer any explanation for their abrupt shutdown. Crazy makers use your intimate confessions against you, turning you inwardly against yourself and making you your own worst enemy. Self-doubt robs you of your own confidence. Crazy makers try to warp your reality So you begin to feel insecure and indecisive, constantly labeling lying and intimidating behavior to work and bully you. Crazy makers blame you for every bad thing in their relationship or of their life, and they never take responsibility for all their hurtful actions and words. If they do take responsibility for something, it's because they're trying to convince you they love you. I did a detective workshop today for DV. Heard about women dying at the hands of men, all these horrible fucking cases. But you know where the most horrible case was? A case that was very similar to mine, where her husband had coerced her and abused her that bad she took her own fucking life. How the fuck do you cunts live with yourselves, brother? Heroined out in Roxanne's house. Your kids are still in my inbox, lad. What I want to know is when Deja grows up and she sees you, because she will run into you, are you going to explain why you did this to Deja? Or are you just going to run like you always do? Sick.